There's three of us. We're all tired.
We're all tired.
And one of us hasn't finished the movie.
Welcome back to It Is Cinema, episode 25. We're talking about Tron Legacy today.
Tron Legacy.
Released when it was released and directed by whoever directed it.
Donald Kushner.
Donald Kushner did not direct that movie.
That's why I fucking... Hold on.
You got Tron Legacy, though. Donald Kushner sounds like the guy who directed the first one.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
Joseph Kosinski.
Joseph Kosinski.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
love that guy.
Love
Makes
that guy.
Good movies.
He's known for his computer graphics. That makes sense.
Yeah. Isn't he an architect? I thought he was an architect.
I don't know.
He also made Top Gun.
Yeah. But this movie is pretty divisive amongst people because some people, when it was released, some people thought it wasn't really that good, and then it kind of made a resurgence a little bit, where more and more people are starting to appreciate just how it's not really the most unique movie in the world, but its visual style and its.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's very techno-y, and it's pretty unique actually.
When did it come out?
2010, I believe.
That's pretty
2010.
fucking
The
good
effects for this
2010.
movie were pretty good.
2010,
and everyone's like just kind of shitting on Jeff Bridges' CGI. But I mean,
like,
that was the first time they did that.
They did like
they
that.
had
It was
to.
not bad. Like,
It wasn't awful.
It just
Obviously,
looked like any
it looks.
Until Dawn,
Obviously it
horde-style
looks.
game.
It looks uncanny, but it's not like horrifically terrible.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like a
It took me
PlayStation
a
man.
minutes.
It's more like a PS5 looking man.
Okay,
Yeah.
so also today's Jack's birthday.
Happy birthday.
And no one
Happy
should celebrate
Squidward.
it. Ryan's gone.
Ryan's gone.
Jack's gone.
They're all
They're all
gone.
Matt
dead.
Pat's gone.
No game theories today.
No game theory.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a gay theory to make about this movie.
Flynn and Clue. Gay.
very gay.
He's gay for himself.
No,
No,
they're not.
Flynn and the dude that was
Tron?
no.
Clue and the guy in the bar.
Not Clue. Flynn and the dude he was fighting against in the Disc Wars. It's like
Oh, Sam and Rinsler?
yeah, them.
Rinsler is Tron.
Because you haven't finished it.
Yeah.
Rinsler's Tron.
Rinsler is Tron, but he's evil.
He's
Okay,
evil.
well then both of them.
Okay, so
Rinsler is
we're gonna
Tron.
go around the triangle, and we're
The
gonna
triangle.
out
'Cause-
of 10. Riley is here also.
but she doesn't count.
I don't.
She's producing this episode.
Direct.
How much money are you giving us to produce this?
No.
Damn.
See,
Oh.
maybe if we got more money, we'd have cameras.
You have camera.
Yes,
The cameras would just show how much I zone out while everyone's talking.
The cameras would just be me eating. That would be it.
It's
Like,
Jack
every episode,
You
I'm
eating,
eating something.
and then James doing
that.
or holding his hand, being like, "Can I please talk?"
Every single episode, I'm eating something because it's lunchtime when we record this.
Munching.
Out of 10, Tron Legacy. Let's
Oh,
go.
I like the movie. I'd say 8.
I love.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
I think 8 out of 10 is like my default for movies that are really good, but aren't perfect.
It isn't perfect. It's obviously flawed in some areas. Like, the story is very generic, just like people trying to escape a regime. And there's some, like,
generic, and it's a
there's
lot
some
happening.
there's some, like, action moments that don't have as much impact as I want it to be. Yeah, like, the
intense.
disc war scene was fun, but it wasn't, like, there wasn't any, like, impact with, like, each...
Yeah.
Because you're just kind of getting back into that world, because you hadn't seen that world since, like,
Everything
the 70s.
sounds like it's made of, like, plastic glass, which is really funny.
That's it.
I know you didn't finish it.
It's not fair because I didn't finish it, and I also have never
But
even fucking heard of the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going in being like, "Who the fuck's
Completely
Blue?
blind.
Why do they look the same? Like, is that his twin brother?" Like, I was really confused. But
Yeah. They try to explain. It's like is
Yeah.
it more of a soft reboot?
I
than it
don't
is
think
a
you really
sequel?
have to watch the first one.
Yeah, because I've
I've never
seen
seen-
the
I've
first
never
one.
seen-
I've only seen Legacy, so I feel like it's more of a soft reboot than it is a sequel because it briefly explains what's happening.
They give
Actually,
him some.
no, it's kind of a sequel, but it does something weird because like
It
you
wanted
need to
be
watch
both.
the first movie in order to get some of the side characters.
Yeah.
Like Tron. And
Like Tron, because like the movie's called Tron, but Tron's barely in it.
Yeah.
because the game's also called Tron.
Yeah, the game's called Tron, but the character named Tron is like only in it for like a few scenes.
I was like one.
Okay.
I give it probably 9 out of 10. Listen, I know the story is really generic, and I know it has bad moments, but I think the visual style of this movie can propel it into a 9 for me.
Yeah.
And all the suits, all the light suits were practical, and I loved it.
Shit,
really?
Yeah, they were all practical. You know those little like boxes on the back?
The discs?
No, but it's below the disc. It's like I noticed it.
There's like batteries.
Right along the lower spine.
Yeah.
There's a little box. That's the batteries.
I watched this movie when I was young, and I was like, damn, this is cool.
I want a disc.
You would enjoy it as a kid more.
Yeah.
They made a Lego set.
They got the.
I want it.
They got the
But I can't find it.
because I was intrigued because you got so the
High
star.
five or
Or
something?
perfection, motherfucker.
He's holding out her hand. I'm like, do you want a high five or something?
Because you're 3.
He's like, no, I want your
God.
goldfish.
Oh my god.
So the plot of this film. We're going to spoilers.
Oh,
Oh shit. We've
Oh,
been doing
spoilers.
Spoilers for Tron Legacy.
Well,
I'm
spoilers
actually.
for Tron Legacy. It's in a computer.
And if we talk about any other movies, spoilers for
Sorry.
those. Sorry, but
We may ramble on.
we may ramble.
We may ramble.
But
About Top Gun Maverick, who's
I
also
like
directed by
as
the
a
same guy.
as a kid, I did really enjoy this movie. I did really enjoy it, and like I liked the entire film. I thought it was really good.
The whole thing.
Like, I feel like part that I didn't really like as a kid was like the out of the game bits because it wasn't like cool. But
Yeah,
It was like boring.
I was.
I mean,
I was every time it was like Sam breaking into MCOM, and I was just
No,
kind
that
of
was a
bored.
good scene.
But then when I looked at it later, I'm like, oh no, this is pretty good.
That's a really good
when he
opening.
I
jumps
just
off
like
the roof.
skipped it to the grid bit.
I love when they do openings that aren't boring. Like they get straight into the how you make fun of Ryan for A24 films, just being fucking flat until the very end. And I will give Tron the pacing. I wasn't bored ever.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
I was a little bored when he met his dad for the first time, and then they were just having dinner. I was kind of like,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's something that kind of confused me. How did they get roasted pig in the grid? Did he code it in?
Isn't he
Spawned
God
it.
though?
He is God, but can he just
Flynn's
do that?
kind of God of the grid.
God of the group.
I mean, like,
He's like God with limits.
yeah, I was never really bored in that movie because it's like, bam, you're introduced. You have like the cold open with
It's not
Flynn.
really cold open.
Well,
It's,
you have,
it's
like,
him.
Flynn
it's his
and-
introduction.
Flynn and CGI Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Oh, that
We're
one.
always on the same team.
We're
bud.
always on the same team.
And then he's telling all the stories about Tron and shit.
Yeah, that's the last night he saw him.
Yeah, and then he disappeared into the grid, and it's like
Mhm.
Kevin Flynn went missing, and it's like all.
I love that. I love the. Oh, I got chills just thinking of it. The music for this movie.
Oh yeah, sound design was.
You know who did
No,
the music
the
for this
music
movie?
for this.
You know who
movie.
did the
You know
music
who
for
did
this
the
movie?
music?
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk
That's
did the
the
score.
best fucking choice.
And
Like
they
ever.
The transition from
I
young
don't know
Sam
what's
riding
going
his
on.
bike in the rain to him on the motorcycle with the
yeah.
music blasting. I
And
was
they
like,
actually
"God damn."
do a cameo in the bar scene.
They do, yeah.
Or the
It's them,
DJs in the bar
Oh
scene.
my god.
And then when like Flynn shows up, Kevin shows up, and then like they just kind of look at each other.
Let's put on the cool
Oh wait, no,
music.
it was when Clue's Forces drops in.
They
and
look
starts
at each
killing
other,
people. They
and
look
then
at each
they-
other and start playing like
A
disco,
more
like,
upbeat-
more upbeat like techno thing.
But yeah, he goes into the, like you get into the grid.
Wait.
What?
Pause.
Yeah.
I noticed it when he goes into his dad's like a little office, like from the arcade.
Yeah.
The music switches back to the time period that he like disappeared during. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean? It was always that. It was always that type of music. It was Journey. Sweet
Worlds
Dreams.
Oh, I didn't even
It was
realize.
Worlds
I
Apart.
thought it was just
Yeah.
when he
Journey.
entered the
No,
office.
it was-
and I
it was-
that was so cool. It like stayed
was-
with the.
Yeah, it was.
It's
Worlds
because
Apart,
that
and
world-
then the other song was Sweet Dreams.
Yeah.
I just noticed Sweet Dreams sounds so like 80s to me.
Yeah.
That I immediately.
It's
noticed
just
it.
because he turned on the power, and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
place
The
hadn't
power.
been used since like the
Yeah.
80s. So
Like that's a good like little.
why don't we have arcades?
to do.
Why don't we have arcades
We
in our
do.
modern society?
We
No,
do.
but like just around.
Just
Wacky
around.
Wings.
There's a bunch in Niagara.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
somewhere where I'd have to drive 4 hours to go to fucking arcade. But
Fucking wacky wings.
yeah, he goes in and he
Those
sits
arcades
down at the
kinda
computer
suck,
and he's like,
There's
down at the
There's no like classic video games. Like the arcades and like Wacky Wings are more like just
I want
slot
a little stuffed
machines.
chicken.
and then he gets fucking.
It's like gambling for children.
I want my arcades that run on quarters.
I won an annoying orange plush toy at Wacky Wings, and
That's
you could,
pretty good.
and it could say all the phrases. Yep, basically.
I wrote,
Hey, Apple.
That's cool.
Hey, Apple.
Why are you so
Hey,
good at
Apple.
that?
Hey, Apple.
I'm
Knife.
searching.
Guys, can we respect how Inside Job got canceled after like one
For Big
season,
Mouth?
but
So fucking
but
mad.
Annoying Orange got like 4 seasons.
Dude, I would do anything
Why do you...
for
Do you
another
have
season
lunch?
of Inside Job. Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking
So
love that show.
he sits down and back to Tron. Sits
Get
down.
the fuck back in.
And then he gets fucking blasted by the gun that's positioned behind the
Digitizing ray.
digitizing ray. And he shows up in the grid, and then the thing comes down. He's like,
Oh.
In this
When-
one, I've seen the original Tron. Like I've seen the clip from the original Tron when his dad gets sent into the grid, and it's like he like freezes in midair and gets like each like part of him digitized.
yeah.
But in
Like-
this one, it's just he turns into pixels, and it's really fast.
I do
Yeah.
like. I think the old one's better because it's like pixelating him.
Mm-hmm. But I
But
feel like the new one's trying to do a thing where it's just like we already know what the deal
Yeah.
is. He's getting
Yeah.
sucked in. We just want to get to the place.
he gets picked up by Clues dudes with some other programs.
Yeah, because
You know-
they think he's a stray.
They think he's a
When
program.
he's
He doesn't have a
getting
disc.
ready-
Yeah.
When he's getting ready for the games, all the ladies that are like putting this shit on him, they all had such cool fucking design. Like they,
Why can't we? What? Fuck like
I want a clear
steampunk
glass
shit. Can we
umbrella.
just dress like Tron? Can our
It is
society
Neon
just?
Day, too.
It is Neon Day.
The
I
cloak
come
with
up
the
in
lights
the
with
in the
lights.
ra-
Ron suit.
in the Tron suit with the. No, because like here's your identification disc. It can also be used as as a lethal weapon.
Yeah.
You can also toss it.
The part
throw
when
it. What
his
happens if
dad.
you throw it off of like a high cliff and it just doesn't come back?
Then you would lose it. You would get
Whoops.
terminated. You can't lose your disc because you get terminated.
I thought they expanded on that in the show.
I haven't seen the
There's a
show.
fucking show.
There's a Disney
There's
show,
an animated prequel show.
which is actually pretty good. Yeah, in that show, the main character gets his disc broken,
Yeah.
and then he slowly starts to lose his memory while it's broken, so he has to get it
This?
repaired.
So he's like, oh,
Or I
here's
think
this-
This shit, I could not handle
I think
it.
it's either broken or it was
What?
stolen.
Wait. When he said this, I actually had to pause the movie.
here's your fucking disc.
Biodigital jazz, man.
Biodigital jazz,
I had
man.
to pause the film.
I was like, what
Man.
did he just
Didn't you
say?
also like
Biodigital
cry
jazz.
during that scene?
I cried
You cried
when he
when on
was
the
like-
train,
Not on the train.
and he's like, I would give this all up just to spend one day with you.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
Ooh.
can't handle that today.
So anyway,
Too much.
so anyway, Sam is like, okay. So we go to the games. The
games.
Disc Wars.
Gay.
I really, as a
Erase
kid, I
me.
was like, we're like, don't put me in the games. I was like, if you say that, they're gonna put you in the fucking games. and then he's like, games. He's like, okay, and then he just fucking
He
jumps
kills
into a
himself.
propeller and murders
Into
and
a
kills
fan,
himself.
kills himself.
And I'm like, damn.
Not the games. Not the games,
Child
not
me
the
was like,
games.
damn, what's so bad about these games?
What the fuck? I thought
So-
we were gonna be hungry.
And then they just throw, it's like killer
I was like,
frisbee.
what the fuck is this?
Ultimate frisbee, but with death.
Yeah, literally.
I really like disc combat. I really do like how they
Mhm.
use the discs and how
It is
they...
cool.
They like bounce off the surroundings.
I didn't get the point of the
And-
metal balls. I feel like we.
They reverse the gravity when he's fighting Rinsler.
Why
when
did
he-
it have to be a pair of testicles to do
I
that
don't
though?
know. Because
Because
it's
it looks
weird. Because
cool.
it's futuristic. It's
Nothing's
weird
cool
future-
about a dude with a glove massaging two like.
Yeah, you know what I
testes
thought
in
was
his
weird. You know
hand.
what I thought was weird. I thought it was weird that Clue was watching the games fully kitted out in his helmet.
Yeah, like how can you see? Like, does he have like binoculars in that? Because he's like all the way up there,
Yeah.
like wearing a helmet that probably
Wearing a
restricts his
helmet.
vision, and he's just like,
Or what if his helmet is like a
Yeah.
direct feed?
yeah. Who's that guy? Who's that guy right there?
Yeah, it's like.
I think his helmet could be like a
Oculus.
direct feed to like the participants, so you can like switch.
I think he just can zoom in.
I think my
his
thing is
helmet just has
cooler.
binoculars. No.
Yeah, but he
Okay.
fights them, and he starts to. I like it. He starts
There you
to
go.
like
You
learn
can take off
these.
of her supply.
He learns these things about the discs, and then he's like when he shatters the floor out from that one guy when he jumps.
He
on
tries to
him.
do it again with Rinsler, but he just does.
Rinsler does the splits, and when Rinsler comes out and he splits his disc in half, and he has 2 discs, and everyone's like nutting all over the place in the audience because they're like, Rinsler. I like Rinsler. I really like Rinsler. I like how he's always like
the
growling.
true definition of a short king.
He's actually
He's like
really short.
5'7". He's like 5'5".
That's not that.
He was short compared to like Clue and them.
Everybody else was taller than him.
That's true. Well, he's supposed to be a kid still, right?
No, he's not.
No, he's a dude. He's an adult.
He's an adult. He's just short.
Just tiny man.
When he throws the disc and he does like the unnecessary like flips and shit. So,
Yeah, just like to dodge it.
Like,
I'm
it's
that
unnecessary.
wasn't necessary, but he's just
cool.
riding up the crowd at this point.
And yeah, when he cracks the glass run, even when they do the splits and then they look at each other.
Yeah, that was a good scene because it like attracts him. The camera tracks him like jumping up, upside down, and then he just kind of look.
And then he slices him and he bleeds and he's like,
oh, you ain't doing it. He got digitized blood. And then he just goes, user. He doesn't like users.
No one likes
They don't
users.
like users.
They don't like it.
And then he meets Clue, and then Clue's like, I'm not your dad.
I'm not your dad, boy.
That's your daddy.
I just happen to look exactly like him, except Polar Express.
I like how it takes him to realize that that's, like, he just knows that's not his dad. Like, as soon as he just, like, doesn't care for why, like, everything he's gone through.
Oh, yeah.
He just, like, he immediately knows, oh, that's Clue. Because his dad would have told him about him. He's like, it's someone who looks like me. It's like a copy of me. And then he's like, yeah, I don't care about you. And then he's like, I'm not your father. And he goes, oh, it's Clue.
And then they go into one of the coolest sequences in all sci-fi, I think. The trial of the grid.
The trial of the grid. Also, I love how his Clue's little assistant man.
The motorcycles.
Guess what his name is? Jarvis.
Who?
Like Iron Man.
Iron Man's
The
name is Jarvis.
No, Iron Man's AI assistant's name's Jarvis.
I thought you were trying to tell me Iron Man's name was Jarvis.
No, his name's Tony.
Jarvis Stark.
Jarvis Stark. No. But Clue's little assistant man,
the bald guy
with the weird like head visor thing.
Yeah,
his name is also Jarvis.
I liked it when Clue was like.
I take it back. My gay theory was both of them.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Didn't he like? He's a coward. Like later Sam
kills some guards and then he's like, "All hail the long live the users."
Long live the users. And then like Clue kind of walks up to him because Sam and everyone stole.
And he's like, "Long live."
And he's like, "Death to the," and then just slits his throat.
He just he cuts his head off.
Because he's standing there like with like the thing clearly he needs to guard is stolen, and he's just standing going like, they overpowered me. There's like not a scratch on him. And then he's just like, death to the user, and then he gets his throat slit.
God.
He just kills him.
Yeah. I love the light bikes. I love the visuals of the light bikes. I love everything.
My favorite sequence in that movie were the light jets.
Groping the wall is coming to me right now.
It's like, oh yeah, let's have bikes, but they leave behind a solid trail of light that if you crash into it, you just die.
You just die.
Literally.
Dude, the light bike scene was pretty fun because it was more like a video game with all like the little like level boosters, like the speed boosts. That seemed more like a video game, but my favorite sequence in that movie were the light jets.
Yeah.
Because not only do they have like the trails, but they also have guns too, and so it's just like a.
Okay, wait. Before we go to that, shout out to that guy during Light Cycles who teamed up with Sam for a little bit.
Yeah, like
and then he got absolutely annihilated by Clue.
All Sam does is he looks at him and goes, "We need to work together," and then the guy immediately knows what to do.
Yeah.
Like they just.
That was one part I was confused about too.
Look, another customer.
One of the hardest lines.
Another customer.
They gave him some of the most
Marvel
one-liners.
Marvel one-liners.
What is a Disney movie?
Dude, I had an action figure of that man of like Sam, and he said he said, "Look, spouting more lines." Like he spouted like all the lines. And like every time I listen to those, I'm like, okay, no, those lines kind of suck. Because I'm so used to like pressing the button on his chest and him saying like, "My name is Sam Flynn."
I like the part where he's like, "Yeah, give me my light stick back," and then Clue just fucking crushes him with his bike.
His hand, just holding on. It's surprisingly violent.
Well,
it's just his severed hand holding onto the thing.
Yeah, I
like
remember
it just
that.
cubes.
It's pixelized
and then
violence.
he just like puts it on his side. Like,
or when
when
Rinsler runs into one of the things and he like flips in the air and pulls out another one and then
he runs into one of the bombs. Like Cora puts out a bunch of bombs and it explodes his bike, and then he just whips out another one. He's always
shout out to Olivia Wilde.
He has like two.
Who?
She played Cora in the movie. Olivia Wilde.
That was the director of
Don't Worry, Darling.
I didn't even realize that was her.
That was her.
Her character was good. I liked her. She was funny.
And
she was like, "Do you know this author?"
Do you know what I like even more? That they don't force a relationship between
Well, they
the two.
kind of...
At the end, they don't.
Okay, good.
They
They hinted at it when they were talking about the sun.
Kind of, yeah, but at the end, they
It was
don't.
more
They
like
don't
just
kiss
nice.
or anything. They don't get together.
Why
It's
do I
just
smell Cheryl? That's why I smell
Cora and
Cheryl.
Sam make it out of the grid. And then the last shot is just Cora
on the
on the
bike.
back of Sam's bike looking at all the trees.
Aw. Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
Which is weird because Flynn invented a machine that could turn a digital person into a real thing. Like, would Cora have to, like, gain flesh?
I mean, it would have worked for
Like, it's
clues.
just like, it's like a... Like, it's
Gain
like,
flesh.
I mean,
It's
she
like
has regular clothes.
Hellraiser
So
situation.
she doesn't have her
where that
disc.
guy just, like, comes out of the floor. That's just what Cora does.
I mean, Clue's
Attack on Titan.
Clue's entire plan was to undigitize his entire army into the real world so they could take over, but it wouldn't really work.
Would that translate?
I mean,
Would they come out... Wait, because Cora was wearing regular street clothes when, like, in the last scene.
I don't know. Maybe they could.
Was it...
I mean, the suits
put
were
on
something you
her?
had to put on. The suits were
Yeah.
something you had to put on.
So did she come out wearing the suit? Or...
She probably came out wearing the suit.
Okay,
And
so
then
they
Sam
just have a
went-
Tron suit somewhere in their house.
Yeah, yeah.
Would the
In their
discs
house.
still work?
I mean, they wouldn't
do
work.
cut.
They wouldn't be as effective. But I'm sure if Rinsler was like up against people,
I keep thinking you say Rizzler whenever you say
The Rizzler.
I thought his name was Rizzler.
The Rizzler.
Like, I feel like they could get some like decapitations and shit.
Yeah, because it obviously cut his arm
Yeah.
when they're in there. So
And I
like,
mean, there's
with the technology,
them up against like AK-4, like
Would
against assault
AK-47?
rifles.
No, they have like lasers, but like, would
The
the technology translate? So if Clue goes through with his giant ship, if that goes through the portal,
would
it
come
still
out?
be able to work in real life or no?
I don't know, man.
The whole building would just
Oh,
explode.
There's gonna be another Tron movie.
Okay.
Tron
Jared Leto.
Tron Ares of Jared Leto.
Yeah, ugh.
Yeah, Disney just materialized that movie into existence. It's like we're putting out another Tron ride, so we need another
I
Tron
want to go
movie.
on that Tron ride. It looks cool because you actually go on like a light bike.
Okay, can we talk
That's
about
smart.
MK's favorite scene, the bar scene when
You
they go
love
to the bar?
scene.
I
Oh,
love
the
the
bar
bar
scene's
scene.
so fun.
With,
I just love all the characters.
Behold the son of our maker. It's just
Yeah.
like, wee! he's not contributing at all.
No.
He's just dancing in his little room and shooting
And then he
lasers
gets-
randomly.
He's firing
Weird.
for effect.
That's all he's doing.
I was kind
He's
of
got the
confused how
chrome
they
logo
got
on his
there.
head.
They drove there
Because
in Flynn's light bike.
Cora was like, he will help you. And so then Flynn went there and then
Cora
he
went
didn't
with,
help him?
He
Cora
betrayed him
went-
for
Okay, I didn't know if they just showed
because
up
he was
there.
like because
No,
he was
no.
like he's an old friend of mine, but I guess he
Yeah,
bought
Sam
into
goes
the
on his
whole Clue
own. He steals
Flynn's
the
light
bike
Flynn's
so that
bike,
they think that it's
so they think it's him because it's a very old bike. That's the bike from the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so he gave it to some random homeless guy.
There you go, love.
And then he finds the lady who gave him his armor and disc from the Disc Wars.
Oh.
That was her.
And
yeah,
she
he
was
finds
where-
her. She was working with
She was
Zeus or
so
Castor.
pretty.
Castor.
Dear Lord.
Well, he was called Castor.
Yeah, and so they
he's
go
an
to-
ISO too,
so-
eh? Is he an
No,
ISO?
he's not.
Oh, he's a program. I thought he was an ISO.
He's
too.
not an ISO. He's a program. He helped ISOs.
But he's,
He helped smuggle them,
but he's a program.
but he's a program.
And he's like, I'm gonna help you. Psych! I'm not gonna
And
help
then,
you,
yeah, he betrayed them
bitch.
all.
Get back.
He gave away their location to
Clue.
Okay, that's what I didn't know if they just showed up there, and then he just happened to get murdered. Like I was,
Yeah, and then
that
he
was
takes
confusing.
the master disc from Flynn.
He doesn't do that. He gives away their location to Clue, and then one of Clue's soldiers nabs it right when he's leaving.
No, I thought he had
Castor
it.
didn't take it.
He took.
He had it because then he talked to Clue.
The soldier took the disc, and then Castor shot him in the back of the head.
Castor
and took
killed
it.
him,
There
and then
you
he was
go.
like dancing around with it. He was swinging
Yeah.
around his cane and shit. And I'm like,
Mhm.
he's so cool.
Yeah, so he gives away their location to Clue, and then Cora shows up to help.
And then
Then
God
after-
shows up.
And then
Yeah,
after,
and
yeah,
Jesus
literally,
says hi.
after Cora gets her arm cut off, God shows up.
And then all the
because Flynn's God. So like, imagine that like you're just a regular program.
There's
You're
people,
hanging
like,
on a bar
kneeling
fight,
at his
and then
feet.
everyone just
And
starts like going on their
Jesus says
knees
hi.
because it's literally their God. Like, as soon as he shows up, he just puts his hands on the ground and all the lights turn off.
I never fucking rewatched the movie for a podcast because I know it so well, but I want to rewatch it really bad.
Yeah, dude. That whole scene where they're
You should
escaping,
probably watch the whole film.
I will.
We should get Ryan to watch the whole
bar,
film.
He is absolutely refusing.
The music in that scene was so good. It was so good. Like, all the music shuts off, and then it's just, it's time to go.
We gotta get out of here.
And then they go in an
elevator. They go over, and then Clue's like talking with Zeus or Castor, and then he's
the
like
same guy. He
and he's
puts
just
on the name Castor, so no one goes to
and he's just
track
putting
him.
his bomb. His guys are just putting bombs around the place, and they're just looking like.
And he's just like, and then they all die.
Because as soon as he gives
Including
him
the lady from the Discord, she dies too. She was there.
Because as soon as he gives him the disc, he has no more leverage. He has nothing, and he's
nothing.
like, okay,
He's
now
like,
just
give
leave.
me the disc and I'll give you drink.
Yeah.
And then he just like end of line
Alcohol.
man, and then he explodes.
Because the bar was called the End of Line.
End of line club.
Oh.
We should make that in the Minecraft world.
Make a Tron grid in the Minecraft world.
Tron grid on the Minecraft world.
Make one of the motorcycles. Like a 3D one.
Okay.
Like huge.
I've tried to build, Clue's giant ship. Have you seen that part yet?
The Crucible?
No, the
Is that
Rectifier.
I think I've seen it.
No, but I know it's called the Rectifier.
actual
But then you build it.
Minecraft.
No. On my own Minecraft world, I tried to build something
no,
like that.
Well, I
So
haven't
like
seen
the
it.
same like
I
orange
ain't
and
in
black,
Minecraft world.
like the
Oh,
orange neon lights.
Level 6.
I tried building something like that in my Minecraft world.
How did it go?
Pretty well, actually.
Yeah,
I can send a picture.
he's a pretty cool guy.
It's really big. It's like the biggest thing I've made in that world.
I do like how some of the programs at the bar, like some of her faces are like partially like pixelized.
Because they've been in because they're part of the Resistance, which I wish we would have gotten more of. Because they just
Disney
said there
did
was
cancel that
Resistance,
show.
Why?
Didn't Disney
They did cancel
Uprising ran for
Uprising.
like was it 1 season or 2 seasons?
2 seasons.
Two
I think.
seasons, and then Disney canceled it because it wasn't making enough money.
But it had a stacked cast. Like Elijah Wood was the main character. Remember
Frobo.
Pee Wee Herman?
Frobo.
Paul
He was-
Rubens was in that shit.
Paul Rubens was in that movie, or not movie, show.
Pee-wee.
Paul Rubens was in that. Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee.
Dude who got caught jerking it in the theater. Is that
What?
him?
What?
What?
Huh? Didn't he do that?
I don't think so.
Pee Wee Herman
Oh, I think he might. I think
He might have.
I think he actually might have.
jerked.
Uh-huh.
Pee Wee Herman jerk.
Jerk.
Don't.
Did he? Wait, did he?
So Paul Rubens was arrested for masturbating in an adult theater in 1991.
It was in a.
It was an adult theater.
But it was because he was a child star, so people were like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
Like, what else are you supposed to do in an adult theater? Just
For
watch
exposing
for
himself.
the story?
Yeah. I know. I never really got the point of that.
You want to masturbate with the boys?
Let's all go. Let's all go to the theater. Yeah.
Are you masturbating all by yourself? No, I'm with the science team.
Woo!
Like, oh yeah, I've been hyped for this.
Teacher out there. What the fuck?
I've been hyped for this movie for years.
No, I'm with the science team.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to go for
Anal
boys.
Party 3.
Jesus. But yeah, Paul Rubens was in the
The
Tron
best
TV
one in the
show.
show.
Please censor that.
Oh,
I'm
also,
going to
dude, you know who else
university.
was in the? You know who else was in the Tron TV show?
Who?
Oh damn, I'm forgetting his name. Lance
We're so
Hendrickson.
excited.
The
Lance
guy,
Hendrickson.
Who dat?
the guy
Bishop from Alien.
Who that?
and the guy from Detroit Become Human who says, "Oh my God."
Have you played Detroit Become
I
Human?
have. Who was he?
He's the
the
old
guy
guy
in
in
the
the
wheelchair.
wheelchair.
That man was in the
He was,
Tron.
like, my
Was in the
favorite.
Tron TV show.
He's like, "Oh my God."
He was in the Tron TV
Paint.
show. He played
Paint on
like
the
a general.
canvas.
He played some form of general.
And then he died.
Did Detroit
No, he
Become
didn't die.
Human talk
He had, like,
about
cool-
AI art before that was
They
even a
expanded on like some weaponry
Holy
for
shit.
the Tron TV show. So like Lance Hendrickson's character, his arms are like basically like their own discs. So like they can like kind of stake around. They become really long, but you can't touch it because he'll just punch you to death.
That's weird.
You know.
But yeah.
They also like went over. Also, I like they expanded on the world. So like there's people who can sell you mods. So like it's like a. Yeah, it's like they gave it's like a
Pixel
power up
cocaine.
basically. So they gave
Oh shit.
Elijah Wood's character like a mod that gave him like an increased speed boost and strength, but
It's
it made
just
him more,
steroids.
yeah, they gave him roids, but it made him angry and like ruthless. And he's
It's
supposed to be like he's supposed to be the new Tron.
Is Tron Evolution canon?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
You play as the Monitor?
Who?
You played Tron Evolution?
No?
I played it for a little bit. It's like it takes place right at the start.
I don't think it's canon. Is it canon?
I don't know. I think it might be canon because it takes place right after Tron dies and Clue takes over. And
so does Tron Uprising.
Yeah.
That also takes place after his death.
And you play
Tron doesn't die. He escapes.
Yeah.
And then he finds an apprentice.
Yeah, in that game you play.
He's too weak to do anything.
In that game you play as a specialized program created by Flynn called the System Monitor.
The System Monitor.
Who's like really powerful.
Oh.
Like he can use his disc to like grapple onto things, and it's like it's a whole thing. But that game also had multiplayer.
Also in Tron
try it.
Uprising, there's a character named Dyson,
It's so hard.
and he's not associated with the vacuum cleaner.
What?
I'm also not
Dyson
associated
vacuum.
with the vacuum cleaner.
I'm not associated with Paul Rubens anymore.
You're not associated with Paul.
He's not invited to
Okay.
the pod anymore.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
Paul.
What do you, okay, for
I've been
those
trying to
who are trying to
stack
listen,
four.
MK's stacking a bunch of markers on top
It's
of
actually
each other.
so hard. See?
It's not working.
No, do it. Try.
Okay.
This shit is impossible. Oh! 1, 2, 3.
This shit is impossible
4.
instantaneously.
Does it?
Does it?
If you can beat 4.
Can we get 5? Can we get 5 markers in a row?
Anyways, the light jet scene I really like.
2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Listener,
Gonna keep
they're all
talking
building
about
markers.
We're building marker swords.
Well, apparently I'm horrible at it. It took me like 18 tries and they're doing it. Oh, god damn it!
It's called skill. Okay.
It's a skill issue. I know.
Because it's too long.
Yeah, and then they all start moving and like bending on you. Oh. I got limp.
You catch it?
You got a javelin?
Almost.
This was so much easier as a kid.
Anyways, back to Tron.
Back to Tron.
That ending, I like the final confrontation.
Okay.
What's the face?
How will you tell us about that?
Why didn't you tell us about that? There is no war in Bossing Say.
There is no final battle.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
final
a somber talk
confrontation-
between two Jeff Bridgeses.
Yeah, I like
Plurals.
the
What's the plural of Jeff Bridges?
Jeff Bridge.
Jeff Bridge-eye.
Jeff Bridge.
Jeff Bridge-eye.
Yeah, I like what they. I saw like some behind the scenes stuff. I like what they did with the young Jeff Bridges to make him seem more like real. They modulated his voice so that it's more gravelly.
Oh shit.
Like it's more.
I was gonna say he sounded kind of funny throughout
It's
the
more
movie.
deep.
What, Clue? Or?
Yeah, for Clue. They modulated Clue's voice to sound more like the young Jeff Bridges, so they made it more gravelly. Because the old Jeff Bridges, obviously his voice got softer. Since it's because the old Jeff Bridges, his voice got softer, so they have to make the young ones
He got
seem like
feminine.
seem more like
Jeff
angry.
Bridges becomes a woman.
Becomes a lady.
Jeff Bridges, if you want to come on the pod, we'd be happy to have you on the pod. We could talk about Big Lebowski or something.
Big Lebowski, the Big Lebowski.
I actually haven't seen Big Lebowski.
But yeah, listen. Yeah, they made it more gravelly.
You can kind of,
Yeah,
I always found it more of like a virtual kind of flair to his voice.
yeah, because they do that to some guys. Like they make their voices more digital.
Yeah, like
Right.
the more damaged programs
The more
have
digital
have
they
a more
sound.
digital.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
and then
creative choice.
yeah, but they made his voice deeper.
Stop the
so
game,
they
stop the game,
So it sounds like a more young.
I like
Sounds
I like the part.
I
I like the part where he shot the one guy on the plane in his head, and there's like
yeah,
a big
there's
hole in his head.
face, and he just kind of like.
Oh yeah.
You didn't see that
Tron.
part. That was during the jet
I
fight.
was thinking of Breaking Bad.
Wait, what?
The scene where
Where Jeff
not
Bridges
Breaking
blasts a guy.
Bad. Is it Bullet Train where
Oh yeah.
a dude gets shot and you see it through?
Oh, was it like Michael like the
Yeah,
White Death
yeah.
shooting himself in the face
Why
by
did I
accident?
say Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad. I thought you were talking about the scene where Hank kills one of the Salamanca twins.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's like Hank is like cornered and he's like having a shootout with these two assassins.
And then the guy has him on the ground, has a gun to his head, and he's
and
like,
then he goes,
no.
no, that's too easy. So he grabs an axe.
He goes to the back of his car, opens the trunk, pulls out an axe, and starts coming at him. And
and then
then
he whips out a gun and
Damn.
shoots him in the
no, he
face.
picks up like a bullet from the ground.
Yeah,
Like
puts
he
it in his
ejected-
gun.
On the ground.
It was one of those
And he blasts him.
what there was
And then-
something special about
and
that
then the
bullet.
a- and
it
then
was
the-
like a hollow point,
Yeah.
so like it kind of blew.
And then the axe goes into the pavement because it's like the sharpest axe of all time.
Yeah, that's just for creative stuff.
Of all time.
And then like the other one is just in the hospital without legs, and as soon as he sees Walter, he like gets out of his bed and starts crawling towards him.
You.
But
But they can't speak, so they can't say that.
What is that in?
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking
I
Bad.
thought you were talking about Bullet Train.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, at the end, basically, they're in the jets, and then Rinsler and Clue are chasing them, and then Jeff Bridges says, "Tron, turn good again."
No, you know what it
Please.
He's like Tron, and then
It's kind of
Rinsler's
funny
like,
how quickly he turns. Like he
and then Rinsler
he takes
instantaneously betrays Clue.
He takes one look at Flynn and immediately just remembers he's a good guy. Like he just looks at him and he goes, "Oh right, I remember you," and then he snaps out of it. Like he even does like the standard head shake.
What's
I
happening?
hate when actors
What's
do
happening?
that.
Yeah, he does like.
And then he crashes his jet into Clue's jet, and he's like, "I fight for my users." And he's like,
he kind of goes up, and then Clue's still trying to shoot it, and then he comes back down and just crashes into him.
and then they fight midair.
Yeah, because they're
They
heading to the portal, and because Rinsler is always decked out with the
They
lotion.
fight
He
midair.
grabs another one,
Clue
then
grabs
him,
his like,
kicks him off,
okay,
takes
and then he
his jet
goes in
for
the
himself.
water. He's like, these are fighting over the ocean, and then he's in the ocean, and then while he's floating down, his suit lights turn from orange to blue
Oh.
Yeah, that's the
I like
last you
that.
see.
because he's good now.
Because he's good.
He's a good guy.
Also, I've noticed. Want to know a small detail I've noticed from that movie?
wow.
Clue's light jet is different from the others. It's not just yellow. There's like difference in the actual design.
It's like orange.
No, his the wings. I
Not just yellow.
think, he has like he has 2 extra wings, and I think his like main wings tilt up instead of down.
That's kind of excessive.
Yeah, because the other one's tilt down.
That's a lot.
But the regular foot soldiers, their jets, their main wings spike up, and they just have like 2 on the back. Why are you recording
Oh,
me?
what did you do? I did that posing
While
It's kind of excessive.
Period.
while Clue's light jet has his wings
James's
point
hair
up,
in.
and then he has 2
What?
extra
that's
stabilizers
me.
on the bottom.
It's me. I'm in the picture.
Whoa, I want to see James in the
If you
It's just
Oh my
hair
God,
in
it's
the corner.
hair.
Material girl.
Material girl.
Material girl.
But yeah.
I'm gonna Chanel out.
Favorite scene.
Light jets. I loved that scene. Like the light jet / the finale, I really enjoy watching. Cause it goes up with really good like action. Oh, it's a big kitty.
It's so small.
Oh, it's the smallest cat.
Yes.
I want Rusty.
Oh.
Oh, he died.
Yeah, my
Oh,
favorite
you
scene
died
was
with
the.
it.
What time is it actually?
It's
Predators.
12:17.
Oh, yeah.
Predators.
So I really
And they
liked
climb into dens of
they're talking about a
sleeping
cat.
creatures and murder them while they're sleeping, and that's
Yeah.
like, that's breakfast.
Me too.
Honestly,
Anyways, I liked the whole finale. The paired with good action and then like a very just kind of somber ending, final confrontation. I really liked that.
favorite scene out of what you saw, MK.
I like the intro a lot. I thought that was really good.
Your
Not
favorite
like,
scene was the one where
where
he's
he
not even
breaks-
in the computer.
No, where he breaks into the thing. I like that a lot. And then
That's the
I
part
liked,
where he jumps off the building.
I like the discourse. It was cool, but I like the motorcycles more.
Yeah, I like
You're
the
a
motorcycles too.
person.
Motorcycle gal.
You seem like
I
a
love
motorcycle person.
I just like the shot of Clue running, and then he opens it
Have you
up,
ever
and
seen
it
that?
forms.
Oh, never mind.
No.
I thought you were making a reference.
A what reference?
Have you ever seen that? You look like Sprinkles guy. What the fuck's that supposed to mean?
What movie is that from?
That from movies BuzzFeed Unsolved.
What?
You don't know that fucking...
No. What are you saying?
I thought you were referencing
What?
the saying where he goes like,
What
you look
movie
like
though?
a Sprinkles
What movie
guy.
though?
It's not from movies, it's from show.
What
You
show?
look like a Sprinkles guy.
Fucking, you remember BuzzFeed Unsolved?
Oh, BuzzFeed Unsolved. You said it
Yeah.
like really, really high pitched. I was like, BuzzFeed
What was
Unsolved.
that supposed to be?
I'm like,
That's how he said
what?
it. I'm
What are you
just
saying?
odd.
What the fuck is that supposed to be?
You seem like
It's
a Sprinkles
so
guy.
funny.
What the fuck's that supposed to be?
You look like a Sprinkles guy. What the fuck
I
is
look like
that
a guy who
supposed to mean?
enjoys his sprinkles.
You look like a guy whose name might
Anyways,
be.
James, what was your favorite scene? Go.
I liked the light.
Too late!
I liked light lights, and I liked the scene where Clue struts.
Oh, the walk of
You're
the walk.
liberator.
The
You're
Clue's walk of swag.
We have in our midst.
What?
Sprinkles guy when I was younger with
I
ice
don't know
cream. So I appreciate this. You look like a Sprinkles guy. What the f*** is that supposed to mean?
That's supposed
Do you like a when he's like, "We in our midst, we have a loser."
He says user, but
I
he
know.
sounds like he says user.
Loser.
A loser.
A
loser. We got a loser over here.
I fucking love this movie.
This movie's so good.
You know, since Ryan wasn't here because he had no respect for the pod, I watched Wolf of Wall Street and Taxi Driver.
I know.
I had to pay $5 for Wolf of Wall Street. And that was 3 hours of my time. It was good, but it was 3 hours.
3 hours. You know what you should watch again? Avatar 2.
We should... No.
I've never watched an Avatar movie.
Ryan gets to choose next.
But
You're
he's
not
not here,
gonna
so
watch
MK,
it?
you get to choose next.
Whatever you want.
Ooh. This is dangerous.
You gotta... No. You have to
It'll
pick a
party
movie
for
that you think he'd pick.
No, I want
You're
to
gonna
what I
pretend
want.
to be
Pick one
Ryan.
that she wants. She can pick whatever she wants.
Or should we let... Or
days.
should we just contact Ryan?
I think we should watch 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my god.
The first
one.
I'm not watching that.
Jack, you want to
No,
come over
you
this
have
week?
to.
You want to come
This
over
is
this weekend and watch
easy.
50 Shades of Grey with me?
It's
No.
the easiest movie to make fun of. It's so easy to make fun of. When
I
you-
don't make love. I fuck.
Hard.
That's what I'm saying. You haven't even watched the movie and you know a joke from it, so we need to do it.
It's the best.
Here's the
line.
contract stating that I can have sex. with
Legally have sex with you without you telling anybody.
I saw the only thing that I saw.
Here's the contract. Here's the deed to the dungeon.
The only thing that okay. Actual barbarian basement.
Actual barbarian
Yeah.
basement.
But okay,
little bit.
the only thing that I've seen of
ASMR.
was the James Corden sketch where it was James Corden and the guy who played the guy in 50 Shades of Grey, and he goes in and is like, "This is my dungeon," and it's just like a giant model train thing.
This is my dungeon. It's just a button. That's really funny.
I don't make love. I fuck hard.
Hard.
Also, you guys never told me that in Twilight, Jacob imprints on a fucking
Yeah, on a
child.
baby.
Yeah, he does.
And he's like, "We're gonna get married. We're gonna be in love." It's like, what the fuck? Maybe I should watch them. No.
You should watch them.
Jack.
Okay, either
I'm
we're
almost
watching-
I
done.
told him.
I'm
He's like a
almost done.
thing now. He's like
One more. One more.
every day. He's
One
like,
more
I watched
movie.
The next Twilight movie. It's like why? Why?
I
you
have
do
to
it?
finish
I
them.
have to.
I have to finish
I
them.
haven't
I'm
even
thinking
finished
that's why.
mine.
You can't just start one
Enjoy it.
and not finish the rest.
Yes, you
Jack's
can.
everything.
No, I can't. I have to finish them. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. One more movie, then I'm free.
Oh my
God.
god.
One more, then I'm done.
Okay, so you chose 50 Shades.
We're doing 50 Shades of
Oh
Grey.
God.
I'm gonna have to rent that, and then that's gonna be on my bill. And then that's gonna be my
It's
banker.
on Netflix.
Bill.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It
It's
is.
Check,
there.
check
It
right now.
totally is.
What
That's
time
where
is
I
it?
watched it.
Check right now.
It's
Okay.
Pee Wee Pervert.
Pee Wee
Time.
pervert
It's
time.
9:20. It's
Paul
12:22.
Rubens.
We
Paul
gotta go.
Rubens was in 50 Shades of Grey.
All right. 50 Shades of Grey is the next one. Anyways, that was the pod. Bye bye. Bye bye.
50 Shades of
Okay. MK, say
Grey.
bye.
Bye bye.